Wake up to the sunrise, let the day begin. Johnny and Mark are here, let the laughter in. With every sip of coffee, feel the warmth inside. Conversations and humor take you for a ride. Your morning boost with Johnny and Mark, a perfect blend of laughter, igniting the spark, inspiration and insight. Join the journey, let them light your way. It's a brew of connection, a world to explore, a network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you. As the day unfolds, carry what you've heard, inspire and inform with every single word. Johnny and Mark beside you as you start a new day, the morning show that lifts you through and through. A network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I got my coffee, I got my dollars, and I'm looking for deals. Am I at the right place?
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
Bless you, my child. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sister Mary Agnes. You may have heard about me from my friend Cajun Roots reseller, Johnny. I met Johnny many years ago when he was purchasing furniture from Frankie and Johnny's in Louisiana. They were not going to give him credit, and I vouched for him. I said, let him have it with no problem. He's got the dollars. See the special man.
Let him have it with no problem.
Johnny understand. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. I say,
I'm Johnny's dough girl. I'm here to say subscribe, hit the bell, not my belly button, and share out his shows. Always give him a thumbs up. You can even become a member. Buy him a coffee and follow his other channels like the cooking shows, my favorites, his fur babies, and more. Leave a comment. And when you watch a video, you're showing him your support.
Hi, I was looking for some jewelry. I'm going to be getting married soon. No, I don't have any credit.
Well, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, if you own a fixed income, even if it's on a sale in the Cajun Roots Reseller eBay store, guess what? Send an offer. We'll let you have it with no problem.
Johnny has many auctions, chat shows, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and best is Monday night bingo, where it's all free and you can win prizes. All are welcome, but there's no drama or negativity tolerated on any of his channels. Now go, child, with my blessings. Watch Cajun Roots Reseller. Love always. Be kind to one another and have a blessed day.
Hello, good morning and welcome on this Thursday morning where I woke up this morning at 1:41 and it was 38 degrees. Now it's 51. The temperature is rising. Thank you, Jesus. And how is your neck of the woods, Mr. Mark?
We are at 59 degrees and I woke up at 10 minutes of 3.
Wow. Well, first in the chat again today is Jeffrey. Hello, good morning and welcome. Sorry to hear the news, Jeffrey, but you know what? Make sure you celebrate their life and keep them in your memories. Marlena, hello, good morning and welcome. And Regina changed her
Morning.
screen name to Red Arrow Resells. Hello, good morning and welcome. And thank you. I did get your email for tomorrow's Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? And Deborah, hello, good morning and welcome. And I hope you're doing well. It's been nice to see you on some auctions this past couple of weeks, keeping yourself busy. Besides, you're busy already. And Sharon, hello, good morning and welcome. And how is the weather in your neck of the woods in Canada? And Welch, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing?
Good morning.
Good to see y'all. Jennifer, hello, good morning and welcome. Jennifer, how are you doing? Little Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Good to have you in here this morning. Craig, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Denise,
Hey, Greg.
hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. So what do you have planned for today, Mark? Anything special?
No,
He said no.
no, I do not.
I got a lot.
Michael woke up this morning and told me, there's a couple of estate sales you need to go to today.
Notice the word need to.
So,
You're going in his place today.
yep, I've got all of my invoices are going to go out tomorrow. Everything's packed, blah, blah, blah. So
Blah, blah,
I
blah.
get to drink my coffee and just breathe.
Also today, I will be on with Ella at 1 o'clock with Ella and Victoria. And I'm not sure if there's anyone else scheduled for today, but I know I am there today at 1 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be on today with the Hollywood Squares on Tracy Cake's Coffee and Shop. So come and check that out and support us and come have some fun with us. It's pretty cool. Weather here in South Wales, changing all the time. Yeah, it's changing all the time up here too in the New England area. You just never know until you walk out the door. Yes, it was the first time I walked out the door and had to go to the post office with no jacket. I was so nice. And then again this Saturday at 12 noon, I will be on as a guest at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Colleen OG Lyons' channel, where she's doing the monthly special sale with clothing, shoes, purses, and bags. I will be there at 12 Eastern Standard Time. And there's Ella.
Ella,
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 Ella. Ella, aren't you on with Victoria? Are you double dipping? I like that. Welcome. Unless she didn't go live. I don't know. I know she's been under the weather. Hopefully she's okay. Well, this morning, that crate I showed you yesterday, that drawer, that metal drawer full of jewelry that was like 25 pounds of jewelry, I
Yep.
happened to this morning finish it. I made sure that I was determined to get it done today. And yes,
Well,
I found another Juliana brooch while I was going through all that. So that was pretty cool. So I got 2 of them now. But yeah, I got a whole bunch right here. I'm getting ready to put in jewelry bags. I think I'm gonna do some smaller size jewelry bags so I can get more out of all of this. I have everything from Napier, um, Trafari, Sarah Coventry, and Monet, Crown Trafari. Yeah, and Monets and things like that. So
hey,
I got a lot
John
of
Robert.
different ones that I'm going to be putting in little smaller bags for today.
Oh,
That's
Ella says Monday, Wednesdays, and
right.
Fridays.
That's right. But Nana Tinks headed her way back. Well, I think she's back in PA now. Good morning, John. How are you doing? Good to see you. That's right. You on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, you threw me off when you were there on Tuesday.
John Robert has been dropping quite a few links here of his yard and
I
what
need to
he's
catch
been
up on his
working
videos.
on. I think it's on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not much on Instagram. I am on there, but I'm not on there a lot. I
Yeah,
know I watched,
me either, but I've been hearting them.
I need to check him
Nice
out.
yard.
I need to follow him on. I don't know if I'm following you on Instagram or not. I'm going to check it out. Tooch Mon. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Tooch. I heard, are you going to the surgery today? I heard yesterday you were canceling your show today to go Tooch your glass today. I hope everything goes well.
Excuse me.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing? Mona did what? Hello, good morning, and welcome, Mona. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
And on your YouTube channel, I've been catching it on Instagram.
John, do you have your your Instagram link on your YouTube channel? Out of curiosity, I need to find out if I'm following you. That might be why I'm not getting the notifications. I might not be following you. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's not
Well,
there. Yeah, it's not on the Instagram. I'll
go
have
to
to check it too.
channel.
Now, are you the same as on Instagram? Is it the same? And Tina, guess what? I'll be on with you this weekend on Colleen's clothing sale. I sure will. I'll be on there with you. I heard you're gonna be there, and Jennifer too. Yep. Okay, you are the same. I have to look it up. It's just a small test of the. Let me just a small test and procedure bit. Thank you for the. Oh, you're welcome, Tooch. I kind of heard that yesterday on the show when I was kind of working and lurking and eating my lunch, taking that lunch break yesterday, and I was listening in um when y'all did the Wednesday East Coast resellers. I don't remember what it was.
Chooch and Aaron are going to be on our show Sunday.
Um, I don't see your what's your handle on Instagram, John? Because when I put your name in, there's so many different ones that come up. I don't want to press the wrong one. I'm so excited. Yes, we will. I plan on it. Oh, it's not coming up. Okay, that might be why. All right, that's why. Because I put your channel name in there and it's not coming up. And let's see, there's two of them. I'm gonna follow the one that says two guys are following you. That's got to be the right one. That's why, because I'm not following
That's
you.
that's the one.
I got it. I got you now. I saw the first thing that said two guys are following you. So I got you. I'm gonna catch up on your videos. Forest Finds Online. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how have you been? Long time no see. Welcome. Let's see. Becky, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good
Morning,
to
Becky.
welcome. Also, don't forget tomorrow will be the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? I do have a couple of emails that came in this morning. I have them starred, ready for tomorrow morning show. If you have anything that's sold and you would like to share, I have to say, Ashley sent me something that I was like, when I opened it, she had a good sale. I like that. So yeah, share your items that sold with us. We'll do that every Friday, so you can send me those links. Don't forget if you would be able to send me the link from the item that sold on the platform with that link of the item that sold in the email. Make sure you include how much you bought it for, where did you buy it, if you took an offer, how much was that offer for, even if you know how long it took to sell. I still don't know how to do a lot of stuff. I don't either. I'm still learning. I'm not.
John, I had no clue what I was doing 3 years ago, and I still don't.
Anitra, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? You've been busy doing some morning shows too. If you would do me a favor, Aisha, send me an
Hey,
email with your shows and
Anitra.
dates and times so I can add you to the calendar to make sure you're on the community calendar. Because I don't think I have you on there. Would love to add you. So today we're going to go over, I don't know if everyone is subscribed to the e-commerce Byte newsletter. But I got another one last night or early this morning. So there's a couple of things I want to share with y'all that's in this newsletter that is like, I didn't know about this. This is really going on kind of thing. So the first thing, I'm going to share my screen. Not really. I can just talk about it and drop the links in the chat like I usually do. I'm going to drop this link in. You can read it at your earliest convenience. This is having to do with how many of you sell on eBay and run items on an auction. Put a heart in the chat if you run eBay auctions, not
I
live.
used to. I used to years ago.
What did I call her? I didn't say Anitra. Did I call her something else other than Anitra? Please let me know.
Well,
Anywho, um, Aisha. Oh, okay. Anitra. I don't know why I said Aisha. I know it's Anitra, but I thought I said it right the first time. I might have did it wrong. This link has to do, I know, right? If you sell on eBay, but you do run items instead of just buy it now prices, if you run it as an auction item, not a live auction, just run your items as an auction, put a heart in the chat. The reason I'm saying this is because they're doing some testing on eBay right now. Evidently, eBay is playing around with the bid increments, running some kind of test on eBay. Somebody had sent in a message in reference to was bidding on a redacted. His bidding was redacted that he felt that it would be for somewhere under $2. He was outbidded by an earlier bid and was currently bidding was $1.31. He tried to place a bid for $1.56, but the one increment higher, but eBay would not allow him to raise the bid. Instead, he had to bid $2.31 or more. So instead of evidently they did increments like 25 cents, they made him do an increment of $1. So knowing that my bid increased, I contacted eBay to help find out why this was happening to me. And my bid increments problem was some kind of test that eBay was running. So he was not a happy camper because he had to bid a dollar increment, but yet somebody else was bidding and only bidding 25 cents. So if you're running bids on auction items on eBay, be careful because they're running some kind of test. So you never know if somebody's trying to win that item, that it could be the increment requirements of 25 cents. Some people are making them pay a dollar increment for bids. So I'm not sure what that item was, but it made them enforce them to pay a bidding of $1 instead of the 25-cent increments. Evidently on eBay, it's 25-cent increments, but they're running some kind of test. So if you are running some kind of auction on eBay, take a look at that and see what's going on. I don't. I've only did it once and it never worked, so I don't do that. So just to let you know, if you are one of those that do run auction items on your eBay store, you may be running into a problem because eBay is running some kind of test at this time. I don't do it. What about you, Mark?
I don't run auctions because I got burnt. And why I say that is because if you go by eBay's, now this has been a little while, okay? Couple, 3 year, 4 years ago. I went with eBay's suggestion of starting at 99 cents. And what happened was I sold an Aura crystal vase for 99 cents. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So they made you running at 99 cents, or you had to?
I didn't have to, but that was their suggestion. You know how they give you,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't
well,
follow the suggestion.
this was before I met you, Johnny.
Well, 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, when I first started, I did run a couple of things at 99 cents because they'd say, okay, you have to start it at 99 cents. That was my understanding. So I did, and nothing happened. Never got a bid, never sold. So I just took it off and relisted as a buy it now. But yeah, I thought the same thing. Now, also, if you sell on Amazon, Amazon is changing their policies because of the tariff in effect. They're noticing that there's going to be some changes if you do FBA. That's all they talk about in this article. And in this article, I'm going to drop that link if you want to read it at your convenience. And everything I'm telling you is right from E-commerce Byte newsletter. Evidently, they're asking that if you consider when you're listing and you do sell internationally, that you're going to have to notice that you're going to have to be charged. You will be charged through the Amazon policies of fees related to tariff impacts. How are you optimizing your FBA inventory to lighten up the potential cost increase of the tariff? They're asking that you increase your cost to absorb the price of the actual tariff that customers are going to be selling. So you need to manage your cost is what they're making you do. And that's another reason why I got off of Amazon because they dictate when how you're supposed to price your items. Even I was doing FBM. Um, yeah, they really pushing this about changing your pricing to go into now. According to this, also a formal survey was done this past week, preferring to receive information about the new Amazon updates and how they would prefer to learn about the new features. The goal of fulfillment by merchant, which is the FBM, which I used to do, surveys to understand that the role of impacting on Amazon systems could support you in a more tailored communication. So what they're trying to do is see if maybe some people would turn into going into FBM. The article link is in the chat if you want to read it at your most convenience. Amazon can control your product costs. I know, but they did determine sometimes about your items if you have, yeah, I used to get a lot of problems with that. My prices were either too low, my prices were too high, I had to come down, or they would pull your item and that kind of stuff. Fees used to be based on auction starting price, if I remember correctly. They used to. You got that right.
Yeah.
Where you're comfortable. Yep. Anyway, I dropped the links if you want to read that at your convenience. If you sell on Amazon, that's the other article. No, they can't, but they can definitely help you hurt you from not selling something. That was my problem with Amazon. I did everything FBM, and I still had issues with them. Prices were too high, prices were too low. You got to, yeah, it was like whatever. Difference in cost and price. Exactly. Well, good morning, Randy. Yeah, the
Morning,
prices
Randy.
too, depending on how much you get your products for. That makes a big difference too. Randy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And this last one I'm going to share with you is having to do with might eBay require sellers on eBay to get insurance? They're talking about that. Like Amazon, when you sell on Amazon, you have to have insurance. Carol, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? And so eBay is trying to be like Amazon. And according to eBay, eBay has been conducting a survey about sellers' insurance programs and when it might seem likely to leap into the wonders of eBay in considering requiring sellers to get liability insurance. Amazon has such an mandated in place for years. Amazon requires resellers to have a product liability insurance and worked with the insurance brokers to create an Amazon Insurance Accelerators, a network, to get you and provide you with insurance that does not make any money from those offers of the insurance plans, and that sellers can independently purchase their own insurance to cover property damage and or personal injuries. What are your thoughts on that? Liability insurance. They're talking about they're doing a survey, and I just dropped did I drop the link? One, two. Oh no, I didn't. Let me get that one.
Yeah, you did
To the eBay one?
for the e-commerce, but not for eBay.
Okay, the first one was with the one, two. The third one I just dropped should be the link of the one I'm talking about. Yep, that is. Okay, I did drop it. So the last one I just dropped right here is the insurance one I'm talking about right here. So evidently they're conducting a survey right now offering the seller business insurance via a third party. And they said that if you have any questions that may cover the issues related to these types of sellers insurance, there is a topic product liability coming up in frequent industries that discuss this to their board. So they're considering us having to have insurance, which in they're talking about it being product insurance liability or liability insurance. Your thoughts on that?
I really hate to be pushed to do something.
I am too. Hattie, hello,
It
good morning.
really it ticks me off. You know
And it
what?
is, Greg, it
We
is. I have insurance. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we sell a lot of glass, period. And we actually had this discussion with an attorney. Um, and because we're selling glass, our house is insured and all the contents in it are insured.
Mm-hmm.
But don't push me to get.
Yeah, with Amazon, you have to. When I was selling on Amazon, you had to have liability insurance. Don't sell enough to justify. Do you really want to know? She's talking to Craig. What damage could be product causing would be reliable? I'm not sure. I hate it that they want to tell us how to do our business. We cover you if you get sued by a buyer. Exactly. And that's why I'm under an LLC because they can't sue me. They got to sue my insurance. Ashley, hello, good morning, and
Morning,
welcome.
Ashley.
Thank you for sending in that link for the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It tomorrow? Great sale, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. So, yeah, you got to remember too, if you, even though we're doing this online, if you had an actual brick and mortar store, a physical store where people walked in, which I used to have a gift shop, floral shop, I had to have insurance. You have to have liability insurance for your business. So if it is something that you have in a physical store that you have people walk in and out through the front door, products are going in and out, people are buying. It's similar to this, except it's through e-commerce. It's through the website. Think about it that way. I have insurance, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's see. And is there a serious problem with an item that the buyer will sue anyone and everyone? And that's true. You have a lot of people who even sue these big stores. Like, for example, and this is just an example. What was it years ago that somebody sued McDonald's for too hot coffee that burned them?
Yeah,
That's the type of insurance you want to make sure you have to cover you, not for your business. Because you want people to go through the insurance, not you. I thought eBay covers insurance unless I'm mistaken. They cover themselves, not you as a third party selling on their platform. The insurance that they offer you is only for your shipping. That is correct, Craig. Yeah. That's through the USPS, not through eBay. eBay has their own insurance for them. If you are a third party like us selling on eBay, we are not covered under their insurance.
that's true,
Not,
Randy.
it's not talking about products that are getting damaged in the shipping, which will be covered through your insurance on your USPS. For example, let me just grab this first thing that's ready on my tray right now. You know, a while back when somebody had sued, was it Etsy? And they stopped having us sell amber beaded necklaces and things like that, and you couldn't list the word amber in your title. You remember that? For those who
No,
remember, well, they made us stop. Like if you had anything listed under the word amber with that word amber in your title, you had to remove it because somebody got sued. Somebody sued Etsy because that was a selling platform that somebody purchased something and their child swallowed it. And it was a bead off of a necklace. For example, I'm just using this as an example. Here's a necklace. It is strand. Say somebody buys this, you send it to them, and their child gets a hold of this and it breaks. And they get to the part where they choke on one of these little small beads. Guess what? If they really are that, I'm gonna use the word ugly, they can turn around and sue you because you sold it to them. There's people who do that. I see people who fake fall in the store and sue the store because they fell. That's what we're talking about. Things like that. Not if it broke in the shipping, but if something was to happen health wise and a bead got swallowed in it by a child and the child choked. That kind of thing. That's what we're talking about. That's my example of it. That's why it's important. Again, it depends on you and your business about insurance. Again, you do what you want on your business. That's why, again, that's another reason why my business is as an LLC. along with everything else I do. Plus, I do have insurance. All right, let's see here. Where was I? Up here. And that's not having to do with something if it was damaged. But if someone leaves a brick and mortar store and bought, says glass face, yeah, it's not having to do with the actual item they purchased. It has to do with something that they can sue you for physical damage, not the product. It has nothing to do with damage. Exactly. Consider a coffee maker, for example, you sell by. Yep, yep, that's right. That's what the difference is with liability insurance. Same online sales. I don't want. Yeah, the insurance thing is getting way out of control. They want insurance, and again, they're trying to be. eBay is trying to be like Amazon, because if you do sell on Amazon, you have to have liability insurance. But believe you will be sued. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a kid eating an amber necklace or a glass one? Again, that was a big story. Look it up. It is a story that happened on with somebody from Etsy. Somebody tried suing Etsy for it. So now you can't list anything on that says the word amber in it because it happened to be an amber stone. Look up the story. It's the owner's responsibility once it receives to be a seller's problem. Exactly. Liability and is very cheap. It is. It is. It's very cheap. And it's based on your coverage. How much do you want as a coverage? Amazon makes you have 250,000 or more, depending on your business. Anne Marie, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? So you
Anne Marie.
look up and see there is some requirements, and depends on what level of insurance you get for coverage. And of course, you have to think about your deductible, just like any car insurance or any other insurance. That's somebody's initial purpose. Again, you got to think outside the box when people are so happy. Things like that.
Sellers don't think about.
Exactly. And it's something to think about. Food for thought. I have several.
Severe adversity to stupidity.
I can see with Amazon, the customers there. And exactly, that is different. It's a different platform. But according to the article I did drop the link for in the chat, they're doing a survey right now. So I'm just passing the news on to you. Again, it could be a whole topic for a whole month if we can talk about it. But yeah, that's what they're looking at. My opinion is if they make us do that, which I already have it, so I don't have to worry about it. How many people are going to stay listing on and selling on eBay? Insurance companies are so questionable, and it's true. But they're also thinking they're going to try to, like an Amazon. You can go through Amazon or go through a third party. I don't go through Amazon because again, they say they're not getting any commission from doing that. I don't care. I'd rather have it through my own insurance because I already deal with all my insurance through one company. I do all my insurance through one company because of that reason. So, I wonder if anyone who sold YouTube auctions have been sued yet. No, not that I know of. But it can happen.
We haven't heard that one.
Unless we haven't heard about it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, if Amazon requires insurance, they are getting a kickback. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say too. But they do make you have insurance, and the minimum with Amazon is 250,000 coverage. I had it when I was selling, and that's how I got it because I had to when I was selling on Amazon.
Greg, that's a good point.
What?
Could be a situation where eBay is trying to eliminate the hobby sellers.
That's a good point. Again, it's in its survey stage, not that it's going to be done, but they're looking into it and doing surveys right now. Let me see. I closed it already. They're doing, let me see what it said. Did I click the wrong one? Oh, that's the wrong one. I must have went up too high on that one. Where's my link? Oh, I see what it is. Is it that one? I keep pressing.
I'm sure that's been done, Randy.
All right, I must have pressed the wrong link because I see a different one coming up when I click on it.
Excuse me.
Okay, there it is. All right, I had the wrong link in there the second time. That's why. All right, here's the link for that insurance one. Evidently, they're doing a survey. Considering they're doing a survey for about sellers in insurance. There's the link. I had the wrong one because I wanted to click on it. It wasn't the right one. All right, let's see. And Wildflower, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? That could be Jennifer. Yeah, I thought that people have to risks and buying and doing things at their own risk. Yeah, well, we know how that is when people like to sue. Common sense, Jim. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So I am driving my 20-year-old Taurus and get hurt in an accident. So I should sue same principle. Well, it depends on what happens to the car. It depends on what happened, what caused you to have the accident. The problem is you never know who someone else might do. Yeah, you're right about that. So and it's
Yep.
just like having car insurance, life insurance is just another form if you're running this as a business. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying to bring this to your awareness that it is going on through eBay doing surveys right now, that it may be coming up in the future. So if you choose to maybe start looking into what type of insurance you might think about doing if you wanted to, how much inventory you have on hand, look into it. It doesn't hurt to look into it. You don't have to buy anything.
That's true.
Again, you do want to check in and prevent somebody from suing you. Exactly. And Robin, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to
Robin?
see you. So it's just another topic that you may want to think about. They're not saying that we got to do it, but
Yet.
yet. But it never hurts to look into it, get yourself a peace of mind. A lot of times I am grateful that I do have insurance because you never know when you're gonna need it. And like I said, when I was selling on Amazon, that's how I got into getting my insurance because they made us do it as a seller on Amazon. Your minimum requirement was 250,000. So what I did was I made sure at that time when I talked to my insurance agency, they base it on the amount of inventory that you have on hand, and then they give you a percentage of break and all that, depending on what other insurance you have with the same company. That's why I like to have all my insurance at the same insurance company. So something to think about. And your thought about that, Mark?
Well, I'll definitely be checking into it. I mean,
And again, it's
but
a liability insurance for your products that you're
right.
selling. Not that the product may break, because that you can always cover through your insurance on the USPS side. This is a totally
But
different.
okay, Johnny, have you ever? I'm biased.
Okay,
My husband works for the United States Post Office.
right?
But have you ever tried to do a claim with the United States Post Office?
Yes, I have, and I got declined.
And it is a challenge.
And the reason was if you go to claim something that was damaged in shipping. Now, the particular item that I got declined for, because when I got it, they automatically, my postal clerk that delivers to my house, he took a picture of it because he had scanned. There was a sticker, damaged when received at the post office. So when he delivered it to my door, he even took a picture of that said package on my porch. When I got it, the item inside was damaged. I had to take that box exactly how it was packaged to and sent to me. I had to bring it to the post office so they can see it exactly how I got it. The reason it was declined is because so said person that shipped it to me, the person I bought it from on YouTube, did not pack it properly. So therefore, the item was moving around in the box. Wasn't solid, and because it was only done by bubble wrap, that's all it was covering. That item was bubble wrap, so it had too much fluctuation in the box. So they declined the insurance claim because I had to bring it to the post office exactly how it was wrapped in my box. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah,
And
gotta
they
be quick.
drag it as long as they possibly can, thinking that you are just going to give up.
Yep. Just like down south, you have to have a hurricane insurance. You have to have flood insurance, depending on where you live. You never know when you're going to need it. Let's see. If I want to sell my personal items here and they're on eBay, I would describe the item. I could really describe the items I sell as is and no guarantee. That's true. Crazy since the actual damage and lost all packages. Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
That's why when I pack for an 800-pound gorilla that's going to play with it all the way.
Or they play football with it or soccer with it. I have received broken things and was told to file a claim. There were several breakage. Yeah, and another thing, you as the buyer, when it gets shipped to you, you have to go and do that. You have to go and get, and if it doesn't, then you go back to the seller. And I had to do that. The item that I got, I could not claim it, and I did send pictures to the person I bought it from, and said, "Look, this is what they told me. What you want me to do?" I was willing to send it right back. She didn't want it, so on break. One time. Yep, and it's because the packaging. They want to see that when you go to claim it.
If I would deny a claim, I would not make a claim.
Yeah, they do. They decline you, but a lot of times, depending on where you at, they will make you bring it in when you're filing a claim. Because I filed it through the website, then I got a notification. I had to bring it as is to my post office so the postmaster can see it. Somebody from the post office had to see it along with the email they sent me back, letting me know that I need to bring this along with the package, the original packing, the way I
Mm-hmm.
received it, to them to check it out. And then once that happened, they would decline. Randy says, and for the come up and stream. Next day will require insurance in case they receive claim emotional distress. You'll be surprised these days. 2 mark 1 package cracked egg. Yeah. And so, and again, I packed my items when I send them out, and a lot of people may say I use too much tape, I use too much bubble wrap, I do much whatever. That's okay with me because I'm shipping it out the way I want it to come to me.
Absolutely.
Why I ship things the way I do.
You know, that's
Maybe-
very disheartening.
Yeah.
Well, for the customer and for me. If something breaks, I mean, I'm just too sensitive.
Not you.
Yeah.
I thought Mike would be more insensitive than you.
My great aunt used to say, "Oh, you wear your how'd she put it? You wear your heart on your sleeve."
Yeah. Yeah. I used to hear that a lot. All right, there's the links for Jennifer. If you have not checked her out, she's got her Etsy store, her YouTube channel, and buy her a milkshake. And there's Colleen. It's me, Angie. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Angie. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, getting my links in the chat. Everybody saying hello and good morning. Colleen, are you ready for tonight? I just love your boxes. Thank you. Yeah, I try to make sure that nothing moves. And if it's jewelry that's breakable or glass or porcelain or whatever, I will make sure I wrap it. I even use that foam wrap and then make sure nothing moves in any box that I ship. There are some times where I put it, like say it's a glass, say coffee mug. I will put it in a cup. It's a 4x4x4 or a 6x6x6 box, sometimes 8x8x8. And then I put it in another box and float it in the center, depending on what the item is. One of my jobs. Cheryl, hello, good morning, and welcome. At the post office was to process those claim forms. I fill them out, taking broken items, and then take photos. Not all of them do that. You ready? I'm ready. Deadhead, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Morning.
I also received a package from two guys. The box was destroyed, but the two glasswares were perfect. That's what I'm
Thank
talking
you, Robin.
about. Good thing. I even did appeals for those I felt wanted to. Awesome, Cheryl. I wish we'd have those like that around here. But again, I understand sometimes that they will decline it depending on how it's packed. And in my case, it was not packed well, and that's how I knew it wasn't going to be approved. I tried it anyway, and it didn't work, but that's okay. But I got my money back. So, let's see. A friend of mine,
Mm.
40 years ago, decided to send me her turquoise planter. And told her I was professionally wrapping it. She didn't know it was
Oh, John.
Yeah,
It
that
all.
what happened. But I have to say that it was wrapping bad. Claims were denied immediately. Yeah, and that's why the way it was packed. I tried to glue the whole thing together, but they were not still missing pieces. Oh, sorry to hear that, John. Got a question. Go for it. Ask it. Deadhead coins. Whatever your question is, ask. What time? What time is Moose Squares tonight? Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jennifer probably already dropped. Yep, Jennifer just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to set your reminder, it's right below your comment, right there. There's the link. Check it out. Set your reminder. All right, here we go. Dithead Coin had a question. I know a few people who ship coins, and the label has the world coin on it. People take the mail. Wait, they have the world coin on it? On the label? Why would they do that? That's just an advertisement for somebody to take it. Your label should be printed with the USPS label on it, depending on it depends on where you're shipping it or how you're shipping it. But I don't understand why would they putting a label with a world coin on it. People will definitely be stealing
Mm.
that mail. Um, hello everyone, working and lurking. When I ship, I use my name. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying with their company name. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. I thought it was a Holly Moo. It is Holly Moo Squares. What did I say?
I don't listen to you anymore.
Oh, I see. She was talking to Ashley. I'm used to that. Robert's the same way. Gonna have sellers from coast to coast bringing the best clothing. Yep, I'll be there. John says before I toast the box, I came out with my porch and my video. Yeah, I have something I did not open yet because I got something in the mail yesterday. I'm afraid to open it because that box was bad. So it's sitting right there, and I'm going to take a video of me unpacking it to make sure everything is good. And I do that when a package comes damaged. It was from Amazon, of course. As y'all know, Amazon, they pack that stuff from Amazon with the little air pockets in it and a big old box with a little bit of thing in it. Before I touched the box, so it came out of the porch video going straight. Yep, you have to sometimes. I do. Shipped in
Yeah.
address. Yeah, you got to be careful with that because there's too many thieves out there that taking mail and stuff. Yeah, it's okay. You good. And got the insurance claim approved. Gave her the money back.
Good for you.
There you go. That is nice to hear when that happens. I did drop the link in the chat, and it is pinned to the top of the chat. If you would like to come on and promote your channel or even discuss something that we talked about on today's show on the topic, you're more than welcome to come on up. Just make sure your camera and your mic is connected because it won't let you up here. So the biggest thing that when you're doing packaging is ship it out the way you want it to be shipped to you. You know, you got to think of what they're doing. How's it going to get there? How far is it got to go?
Yep.
Is it going to break in shipping? Does it have a lot of movement in it? You got to think about all that. I've seen some horror stories. Thank God I only had that one. Because I guarantee you, I've had more compliments on how I pack my stuff
Mm-hmm.
compared to without it being there and delivered and it's broken. I'd float a box in a box if I have to. Just like when I'm selling these porcelain musical carousel horses. Only
Yeah.
have left. I actually, it's in a box already. It comes in its original box with styrofoam. I wrap that up and then I float it into another box, which is 8x6x4, which gives it no room to move because I'll use tissue paper around it. I'll use brown paper, bubble wrap it, and then it fits perfectly in that box. Aw, very nice packed, and I love the stickers, and that's one of the things I always include on it as a sticker. Several extra things. So if anybody else has any questions, comments, or concerns, let us know. Ask away. That's what we do here in the mornings. Don't forget, tomorrow will be the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? I already got some people sending me in stuff for tomorrow. And I got everything ready for the show today for Ella, and I'm working on finishing up the jewelry bags I'm putting together. I got my desk right here full. I got to separate with different brand names, signed pieces. And I received a UPS package recently. The seller used a USPS Express Party Box envelope. Really? That is illegal. I have wrapped with quilt batting pieces. Really? I would have never thought of that. Yeah, that would definitely help. I would have never thought of it though. Because I got plenty that I have, but I only keep the bigger pieces if I need them for some smaller project for batting. No cell force me at all. I'm not sure what that means. Johnny, can you show the designer brooch? The one I showed yesterday? I found another one? Yeah, I can show you.
I was questioning on that also, Sharon.
What?
Can you show the designer brooches?
All right, this is the one I showed yesterday. There's the back of that one. And there's the front of that one.
That is gorgeous.
All of these are prong set. You got lighter pink, darker pink, green, and purple, and black. You have all the leaves around it. Okay, there's the first one. These are getting listed. These are not going up for auction. And then this one I found after I was going through the rest of that jewelry. I had to clean it because it was dirty. I threw it through the Sonor cleaner. This is the back of this one. These are red and greens. There's the back of it. And this is the front of it. Look at the prongs on that thing. Now, after doing my research, this is known as dog teeth prongs, is what they call it. Dog teeth prongs. Because to me, it reminds me of the plant of flytrap.
Yeah, Venus flytrap.
And that's what that reminds me of on those. But yeah, I had to clean it. Now notice one of these has that orange tint to that red. Only one that I can see until I move it, and you can start seeing the orange tint to them once the light hits it. You see all that orange tint on the red?
Yep.
On the center. That's the other one I just found yesterday after I was going through all this rest of this jewelry. And guess what? As far as I know, it's also a Giuliani. I can't say yet because I'm still doing some research on it. I'm going to get with Mark with these two because I'm not sure. I only found one of these, but they were tarnished. This one is like in brand new condition. It's no tarnishing on this one. The one I did find had one similar to this, and that was selling for $89. But it was tarnished. And the prongs were messed up on that one that I saw, and that was the only one I saw like this one. This one I cannot find one identical to it, but I have found some that were similar with a different design. but the same type of design on this one, like this one. It wasn't round all the way. And these were selling for $115. But again, I don't want to put a price on it just yet until I look it up. eBay, they were on eBay. But I will list them on eBay and Etsy and Posh. I list on all three of those when I do that. I list on eBay first, and then I cross post to Posh and Etsy, depending on the year on the items. I haven't found a year yet on those either. Let's see here. Oh, I was right there. I was looking for them. Okay. What it should read. Oh, okay. I have an item coming, wrapped everything. And food box and toilet paper. What?
No, 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 no. That's a no-no.
Exactly. We had that conversation before. I will never send out any box with any kind of food box because you never know when somebody has an allergy for something like peanuts. I just don't. Sharon, if you go to my YouTube channel, at the very top, all my links to all my platforms I sell on are there. I do have the Etsy, Poshmark, Whatnot. I don't do one Whatnot right now. Etsy, Poshmark, eBay, and I have my Big Cartel. I have Bonanza, and I also have. Where's my Michael's Maker's Place? Oh yeah, Michael's Maker's Place, where I got my quilts. So if you go right down the main page under where it says and 13 more links, it'll take you right to all my stores, all my platforms. Sharon, I'll be offering a Cameo tonight. Speaking of Cameo, I found this ring too. I had to look up the company because I've never heard of it. And the company is HMS. HMS with a crown on the next to it.
Well, that's cute.
I only found one just like it. It's 24 karat heavy electroplated. And it's marked HMS. Look at that setting on it. And you can see it right through the back. And it's got the crown right next to HMS. I had to look it up because I've never heard of that brand before, that marking. Etsy, eBay. Yeah, I do all of them. You're welcome. Using purple duct tape. Yeah, Ella does the duct tape. Yeah. If you list on Posh, you shouldn't have to worry about insurance. Yes, I don't worry about insurance when I'm selling on any platform. When it comes to shipping, because they usually cover it on Poshmark. So yeah, I don't worry about shipping with Posh. It automatically comes with your insurance automatically.
Poshmark is real easy to list on.
Yeah. I've gotten items in food boxes and priority bubble. And that's another thing you're not supposed to do. I see this a lot. For example, you put a box in a bag. That's okay. But when you're putting a priority packing, we've had this discussion a while because my postmaster asked me about this, if I can discuss it, because they see a lot of damaged bags come through in a poly mailer. If it accidentally gets cut and they see a priority package under it, you can get in trouble with that because that's free products that you're supposed to only be using it for priority shipping.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big no-no. Insurance regulations. Yeah, they're not supposed to be putting priority boxes in anything, packaging in another, and then ship it a different way. I've heard of that. Okay. Selling on the real.
I don't know about the real.
Only one that I know of that does real is Glamoz. I'm not sure if anybody else does. Anybody else do real in here? Well, yeah, because with Real, you have to ship it to them, I believe, and then they ship it to customers. I think you just got to ship your items to them. I don't like people that do that because they don't have enough bubble wrap. And it does not matter. You're not supposed to use it if you're not sending something out priority. Don't get caught with it. I'm telling you, that's a federal offense.
Yep.
They're cracking down on that. It doesn't matter if you run out of bubble wrap. Go buy one at
Go
Walmart.
buy more.
The Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree sells rolls of bubble wrap. Don't. I'm warning y'all. Please do not get caught with that because that can be a federal offense. See packages like that. Yeah, you're not supposed to, which leaves us less liable. Yeah, and with Real, I'm not sure all the way it works, but I know Grandma's uses it.
Hmm.
I believe when she has to ship her items to the Real, and then they list and ship it once it's sold. Well, but again, you're supposed to only be using it for priority mail. Yeah, exactly. I received them too. People who should know better. Exactly. And you know what's the bad thing about it? That's all it's going to take is for something to happen and get the damn, like say for example, you put a bubble mailer priority bag inside of a regular poly mailer, for example. And say something happens to that poly mailer and it gets torn or it gets ripped, and they see it, you can get charged a federal offense for that. That's a big no. Don't do it. I've never done it, but yeah, I have too. I've seen it a lot of times. That's not good. Don't do it, please.
Oh,
Yeah. Jane, hello, good morning, and welcome, and thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. You know what time it is. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you. And Jane, this is for you. The dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars.
Let him have.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it. And also, this is for you too, Jane.
Attention, new member. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend and family member of the Cajun Roots Reseller Channel. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Jane. And I saw somewhere somebody made a comment. We never received those. Yeah, no, do it. Okay, but Posh doesn't list and ship. No, with Posh, you have to ship it, but they cover the shipping for you.
yep.
They give you the label and everything. That's what I like about Posh.
Yep.
I do have a referral code if you want to get into Posh and you need help. Let me know. And it's the easiest platform. You can take your pictures from your phone, upload them, and get listed, and boom, they're done. It's quick.
And I can also help you with that with John.
Thanks for the new card. And that's there it is. Let me find it. I love to find mailers. And you know what's so interesting? I've seen them in the thrift stores, especially Goodwill, with a pack of these bubble mailers, priority bubble mailers that you get free from the post office. They have them wrapped together for sale.
Yep.
I'm not buying them from you when I can get them for free at the post office. I buy them by the case. I get them free for the case, by the case. I ain't buying that from you. Yeah, they do. And it's so funny because, like, wait a minute, I can get a whole case if I want at a time from the post office for free. Uni's auction tonight at 7. There's the link, y'all. Set your reminder. So if anybody else has anything special going on, let us know. Also, don't forget, tomorrow will be the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? It's a game that we play every Friday. There's no right or wrong answer. But we have some people who have already been sending me in items for tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to sharing with y'all, including the sales that I've made during the week. And if you have any items, make sure you email me. And if you're not sure how to email me the link of the item that's sold on the platform it's sold on, make sure you on that platform and send me a screenshot from that platform and I can find it. But in the email, make sure you let me know how much you paid for it, where did you buy it, how long it took to sell, and if you took an offer. What was that offer for? We don't get free mailers in Canada Post. Oh, that's right. Y'all different. That's right. Laura, hello, good morning, and welcome. In trouble. Is it
Oh my. Jen
now?
Heads is here.
Jen Heads. Hello, good morning, and welcome. So yeah, you got to be careful with things. In again, with the United States, you're not supposed to use anything priority labeled, whether it's a box or now, because of regional boxes. If you still have any that are marked regional boxes, like your ABC, I'm not sure if they had a D, regional D, but you can now use those until they run out, because they don't use those anymore. If you have some in stock, because I had a whole bunch and I gave some to the post office, but I kept some in myself. You can still use those, but they're now marked as just priority boxes. So they're no longer using them as regional boxes. So if you have them on hand, still use them if you need them. But now with everything going Grand Advantage, I
Yeah.
like on Etsy, I still have people using Etsy for priority, which is fine. But everything that I use on Posh, one best thing about Posh, no matter what the label says on a box, whether it's large flat rate, medium flat rate, small flat rate, regional, whatever's marked on it, it does not matter. Posh has a contract with the USPS. You can use any priority box to ship with a Posh mark. That's how I like about Posh. So yeah, that's a plus in my book. Mark, my interest provider and internet provider has an outage, of course, and I don't get back until noon the next day. Yeah, that's you had that problem yesterday. I think it was you said. Yeah, because I saw you comment
Yeah.
this morning. All right, Mark, what do you have going on today? Anything special besides going to a
I'm
state
going to
show?
have coffee and all of my stuff is ready to go. So I'll probably do some domestic goddess stuff. Laundry, vacuuming, maybe go to a couple of estate sales.
Sorry, Becky, I
And
didn't know.
oh, I got to send out the
Drop it for you.
uh, invitation for the next Friends Selling with Friends sale. And send the links for the Aaron and Tooch this Sunday. I'm just taking it easy today.
I hear that. Well, I got everything ready for Ella's auction today, and I just got to finalize and get everything on my spreadsheet for tonight on the Hollywood Squares. And then I will start inventorying and processing clothing for Saturdays. I have a lot of kids' clothing I want to process that I bought that I got to process. And so they already been washed and cleaned, ready to go. And so I'm getting that ready for Saturday for Colleen's clothing, clothing, purse, clothing, shoes, purse, and bags. And I'll be on at 12 o'clock on this Saturday. So that's what I got going on. And then tomorrow will be our Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? If anyone would like to come on after the show is over, that link is at the top of the chat. If you have any questions or concerns or you need help with anything, you're always welcome to come on up. What time is Ella's? At 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have a lot of jewelry I'm bringing. Yeah. Sunny here today, rain due tomorrow and weekend. Yeah, we got rain coming this Saturday. So with that being said, like I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. And y'all,
Bye.
now you hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. See the special man.